Hey YouTubers, guess what time it is? Lunch, season 1, episode 2.
Lunch with Joe and Frank.
Yep. So, it's funny, we talk on the way in. Like as we're walking in, we're like, no, save it. Save it for the table, save it for the table. We're going to talk about this anyways. So we were just talking about, well, we can start off with our co-worker.
As I was walking out today to go to lunch, my co-worker looked at me and said,
super liberal, by the way.
super liberal. If Hillary Clinton, or if Hillary Clinton had done 1% of what Donald Trump, and I had to stop her right there because I thought she was kidding, and she actually said it with a straight face.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Again, that's the liberal mindset, man. They're set in their ways. They could, like we talked about. If Barack Obama had come out and said, you know what, my birth certificate was falsified, I admit it. Those guys, those liberals, would be like, I don't believe it.
No, we don't believe it.
He's saying that for some reason. Don't believe it.
It's just amazing how they keep ignoring all of the facts that have come out in this, and not even speculation. It's not conspiracy. It's facts. It's emails. It's WikiLeaks.
Yep.
It's stuff that's out there that you can find on any mainstream media outlet of all the things that happened with Clinton Foundation and how people aren't donating anymore, and the corruption.
Right. And if this foundation was such good, for kids and the hungry and the poor and all that, why did all these nations? I mean, like everybody, stop giving money? At the worst case scenario, they've left completely. Best case scenario, they've gave a little trickle, and that was it. Like last year, a little piece of a trickle at the end of the year. That doesn't change, right? Kids still need help, and families still need help. Why did they just stop sending money?
Kids are still poor.
Because she has no power anymore. Pay to play.
Pay to play. Obvious. It's right there. It's in your face. But of course, people don't. The liberals don't care. They don't see that. They got blinders on. So, and even if I point the facts out and send them definitive proof of everything.
Well, it's conspiracy. Don't believe
it. It's conspiracy. Don't believe
it. What's that source? I don't believe that source.
Yeah.
How about when we would email you guys your own sources? Remember those days? Here's some of your own sources. But now what? No comment. No comment.
No. It's all fake. It's all fake.
So we're talking about the French election too. This 39-year-old, he's my age, fucking 39-year-old president, youngest president of France ever. He was saying, like Hillary, nobody was showing up to this guy's rallies practically, hardly anybody. It's the same thing. And I said, it's like back when Trump, man, she's selling, she couldn't even sell out a gymnasium in a high school. But Donald Trump was selling out stadiums and then had people backed up outside the doors trying to get in. And yet he still won, again, with a small margin. The margins we saw in France should have been, according to the real polls that we saw, how Trump won. So it doesn't make sense to me that way either. But speaking of, 666, the French election, he wins 66.06. That's like to me, that's like an in-your-face.
That is definitely.
And when the guy, when he walks out to do his speech, I won, he's not playing the French national anthem or anything. He's playing the European Union song that they use. He is a globalist. You are not leaving the EU. France, you guys are finished. And then the other thing, all these people are rioting today in France. Riots, and they're fighting with police and tear gas and everything. Hold on a second. 66.06. That's 2/3 of the country who voted anyways. Wanted this guy. How in the world is there rioting and
they should be cheering.
Right. Unless the votes were rigged. And everybody got screwed. And they just don't know it.
I hate that conspiracy line of the election was rigged. This was rigged. I hate using it. Maybe Russia had something to do with it.
Yeah, here we go. The Russia again. I mean, this huge scandal comes out about him, and his offshore accounts. It was released like Thursday and Friday.
Oh, fraud, yeah. They're talking about maybe arresting him for fraud or going to prison for fraud.
And the biggest national media outlet in France not only didn't even run the story, they didn't even run what was like, the government was like, if anyone runs a story and releases the details, we're going to go after you for criminal charges. Okay, but you could at least mention, hey, there were some leaked documents, that happened. That's news. It's news. Nope, not even a
Not
peep.
a state-run media.
And they were showing, and someone who was on the ground floor there showed newspaper stands down. I don't know what street it was, but probably Paris somewhere. And there was like 6, 7 magazine newspapers. Every one of them has this guy on, one way or another, has Macron on there. Where's Le Pen? You don't have one article. You don't have one magazine with her on there. There was actually one out of like the 9 with her and him, basically saying, "Here's your 2 choices." And speaking of democracy, here, knife and fork. Here's your 2 choices. Pick one. I want a spork. Can I have a spork? Nope, this is it.
It's your choice.
Or a spoon and a fork, whatever. Knife and a fork. Unfreaking believable. I was looking at some charts today, and probably something I'm going to end up doing a video on later tonight, but it was actually from 2014. I found it on a Zero Hedge article because I was just searching for like Elliott wave and this wave and that wave. I think it's called the Kondrativ or Kondrativ something wave, this Russian guy. And housing, like, is there a housing bubble? Because I look at markets and things, stock markets, but I don't know about housing. With those waves, let me just check out those. And sure enough, we're in that window. And they're like, look, here's 4 or 5 experts of these different cycles. Elliott wave, this wave, this one. They're all pointing from between the years of 2016 to 2020. Some of them 2018 to 2020.
Oh, 2020.
As the end.
You know what? So happens. That date coincides with what they're saying. Hillary is poisoning herself for a 2020 run.
Imagine that. They destroy the economy. Again, 2018, New World, get ready for New World Currency, Economist Magazine. They blame Trump. Again, no matter who's in office, they're going to take the blame. That's how it goes. So we voted for this big change, and we're going to find ourselves saying, no, we didn't like that change. We thought we liked that change. We thought we liked the Patriot, candidate. We want to go back to the status quo ourselves because that was horrible. The economy imploded under his watch. So, oh my gosh, we should have been Hillary. We made a huge mistake. Let's go Hillary this time. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, actually, I can.
All I'm hoping is that this gets underway now, later this year even, maybe next year, it really unfolds. Trump has time to say, look, this is out of my control. It takes the next 2, possibly 3 years.
He needs to do that, and I think the American people are smart enough to know that.
I think so. But then again, you got to think some of these candidates that are, appointed positions that are like Goldman Sachs and this, but even though he's done that, he's made some really good decisions too. EPA head, things like that.
Well, you got guys like Greg Abbott, Texas governor, just signed sanctuary city.
Yeah, get that
out of here.
Yeah, I'm ready to move to Texas now.
I don't know why you'd have to put a bill into law banning sanctuary cities
when it shouldn't be allowed anyways.
It's part of the federal government. The federal law is what it is. It needs to be enforced. You just enforce it. You don't need to write another law to enforce.
Write something you're supposed to be enforcing.
A law. You can end that very, very simply. You let the police chiefs know. You let everybody know. Hey, this is what's going on. You get somebody here. If we find you releasing somebody, you will be arrested and charged with,
aiding and abetting. Something.
Aiding and abetting. Good one. I guarantee you start putting people in jail.
Well, that's the other thing. And most of at least sheriff's departments, it seemed like they'd be like, look, we have to catch and release them. Like, it's like a fish. We got to catch and release these guys. We don't want to. We have to. And they're tired of it. They're sick and tired of it.
Well, now the bill's on the books. You're a police officer. You're going to take them down. You're going to do it. You're going to process them the way it needs to be processed. You're going to contact us.
They said that the border crossings, since Trump took office, just out of the fear that this guy's not playing anymore, we had pretty much the approval from the president before. Because Brock pretty much said, if you vote, you're a citizen.
Yeah.
Well, if you vote, he's telling us to vote. But they weren't too concerned. They're getting their welfare. They're getting their help. Oh, it's great. Telling all their friends come across. Now we got a new guy in charge. He don't play that. They're skipping us and going into Canada.
Yeah.
Many are just staying, not even moving across the border at all.
Another big news happened. Loretta Lynch, an email came out. Loretta Lynch said she's going to
meeting, right?
With Bill, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure she doesn't get prosecuted or to make sure that I protect her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do everything to protect her.
Speaking of intent,
there's your intent right there.
There's some intent.
Now, if Jeff Sessions is going to do what Jeff Sessions is going to do, he better have that piece of information. If we've got that information, you know he's got to have it.
Absolutely.
I just hope this. I think Trump can really end the quote unquote impeachment. Everybody's talking, oh, he's going to be impeached. He's going to be impeached. You're going to think even some guy not that long.
Where's that even coming from? Impeachment for what exactly? Like, give me the what do you?
Maxine Waters,
especially her,
the dumbest bitch in Congress. And she's got to have like an IQ of about 60. I'm not kidding you.
I know. She was the one standing up last time when they were trying to stop the boats.
She's disgusting. Her and the guy who thinks that the island of Guam was going to flip over.
Yeah.
Johnson, I think his
Stupid
name.
idiot.
What an idiot. Another guy with
one of my favorite videos of all time. Probably better than Bill O'Reilly's blow up.
Yeah, that guy's probably got like about a 60 IQ. That guy.
My concern is the weight. Can handle the weight of
all these people, is the island going to tip over? I mean, I don't know how it didn't erupt and.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, they don't float. Islands aren't floating throughout water. There's like ground underneath them that go all the way down.
Oh, ridiculous. So Loretta Lynch saying she's going to protect Hillary. I mean, I just, in order for Trump.
Well, hold on, let me stop you. Like we were talking about our co-worker, liberal. She done one thing of that. Okay. And the other stuff, like we were talking on the way here, how you and I both know this is what happens. But when we try to get the absolute hard evidence from the government or the proof, no, doesn't happen. So while the whole world knows it happened, we just can't prove it unequivocally. That's a prime example. We said that. That's why he got on that plane with her. Happened to meet her on the tarmac on accident.
Absolutely.
We knew what that was about.
We knew that it wasn't a happenstance. That was not just happening.
Conspiracy.
Oh, Bill's here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, send him over. Bring him over to say hi. Yeah. I can't believe we're at the same airport together.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, I love that guy. Send him on in.
We were just talking about, remember we talked about kids and
grandkids and
oh really, you did?
Yeah.
And here you and I and other people, nope, we know why he's on that plane. Get out of jail free card, he's doing everything he can. Sure enough, now it comes out, that is exactly what happened. Chalk another one off with a conspiracy theorist. Again.
Well, the liberals don't see that. Oh no, that's not what happened. Yeah, the emails prove that's what happened. It's there.
Right.
I think what Trump needs to do. He talked about draining the swamp.
Yep.
I'm tired of hearing, let's open an investigation. I want an independent investigation as to what happened, because investigations lead to nothing. They lead to dead-end roads.
Every time.
There's just a big giant hole in the ground and they all just get chucked in there.
Yeah, 9/11 commission. Yeah, what did that do? Nothing.
Chucked in. Nothing. Benghazi, what happened?
Nothing.
Oh, we knew what happened, but nothing happened. It's going to go right into the black hole with everything else.
Right.
What I'd like to see, if Trump wants to stop this impeachment and he really wants to quote-unquote drain the swamp, he needs to get one of these investigations and he needs to actually prosecute these people of power.
Well, extend the law. Nail them.
Build a chicken sandwich. This one's mine. Onion tanglers. There we are. Anything else you may need right now?
Yes, I do. I forgot to ask. The sauce that you guys use for the onion rings, can I have a side of that?
Yeah, no problem.
And a side of ranch.
Sure.
Thank you. Lunch is served, y'all.
Yeah, just in case you're wondering, Red Ale House, black and grilled chicken. Get the onion ring dipping sauce. It's like some kind of Cajun ranch something. It's fantastic. So we may
continue after.
Yeah, we may or may not continue after. We may be continuing. So
we may be.
Hold that thought. Well, we're back after lunch. A couple more things we wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
What we got there?
Oh, looks like pedophile rings. Something with the Clinton Foundation and these pedophiles down in Haiti. Supposedly that's part of the newest. Thank you.
You're welcome. You guys enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Thanks. So what's going on with that is apparently the Clinton Foundation went down there and a lot of these pedophiles have been adopting the Haitian children and bringing them back.
Yeah, I remember that was going on last year when we were, people were uncovering stuff about Podesta and all that before the election even.
Yeah, I didn't know about
remember the trafficker that got caught was tied to them.
No, I don't remember. I never heard about that.
Yeah, some I think it was a lady that got nailed. And
I know the Haitian government,
they didn't do anything to her.
Yeah, I know the Haitian government wasn't real happy about Clinton Foundation moving in and all the money. Where did all the money go? Nobody knows where all the money's going.
$1 billion has been raised, and where is it? I did a video probably at least a year ago. I talked about how much money came in. It's supposed to go to help rebuild after the earthquake.
Right.
And it was nothing more than used of political favors, and I'm going to bring you $1 billion, but you're going to give me some back, and 2 or 3 houses got fixed or something out of it. Yeah, and they try to blame it on the Haiti government. It's because of
the red tape of the Haiti government. Yeah. Apparently they didn't want the help.
Right.
Ridiculous. Hillary made a quote about the defeat of Le Pen. It shows the democracy, something about democracy.
No, it says about rigged voting. 66.06.
Yeah, impossible.
That number's not going to happen.
And why is it that it's such a big deal that they say, "Oh, Russia interfered. We talked about this the other day. We interfered. Barack Obama was on TV over there.
Yeah, that's interfering. When you stand up and come over there and, hey, pick this guy.
I support this guy.
Pick him. What do you call that? But anyone that stands up and says support her, we won't even play that news. We won't even know what happened.
Really, that's all the big talk of Bill O'Reilly a couple weeks ago. Off the air, allegations, nothing proven, but enough to get him off the air, or at least let him out of his contract or whatever. We still don't know what really would happen.
Right.
One of the things you're not going to hear about, apparently, CNN being sued for discrimination. There's 130 pending lawsuits or something on CNN right now for discrimination.
That's not 1 or 2.
No.
That is not 1 or 2.
No. Now, in fairness, I mean, Fox had, a few of their anchors, 3 or 4 or 5 that complained and went to court with what's going on. But 127, about 130. No word about that anywhere in the media. So.
Yep, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
It's like they'll say, if the tree branch falls in the middle of the forest, but no one was around to hear it, then it actually falls. Well, if a news anchor or a news station refuses to cover something that actually really happened, did it really happen? Well, in our eyes, of course it did. We're trying to show you that it did, but in everyone else's eyes, well, I didn't see it on the news. So
it wasn't on news, it doesn't count. Same thing with our liberal friends at work,
Yeah, that's it.
So many times I have been, one of the things today too was about Trump's salary. And somebody made the comment about it, and I'm like, yeah, he donated it. Oh, no, he didn't. I'm like, yeah, he did. Do you know it's against the law for the president to give up his salary or have his salary go directly someplace else? I didn't know that. I did some research on it. Against the law, you have to wait till you get paid, and then you can go ahead and then disperse it out afterwards. But you can't just have your paycheck go. You have to take it. What you do with it is up to you. But so it was coming out, oh, Trump said he's going to forfeit his salary, and he didn't do it. And then it came to find out he got his once-a-month paycheck or a 6-month paycheck, whatever it happens to be. He went ahead and forwarded it off. I don't know, remember, it was Department of Forestry or something we wound up getting at. But, of course, I point that out to the liberal friends, and, oh, no, he didn't. Are you sure? I'll send you the article if you like.
Right. And you still hear a little bit of mumblings. What's the tax return? Why does that even matter?
The tax returns mean
we know he's a billionaire. We already know this.
All I got to
real estate mogul.
All I got to say, and he released like 130 pages of his financials.
Remember Rachel Maddow? We've got breaking news. Breaking news. We've got his 2005 tax returns.
Come in here. We wasted a whole hour on the show. Last 5 minutes.
How much in taxes?
38 million. Yeah. What? He paid above
15% or whatever, right?
No, it was
45.
I think it's in the 40% bracket or something, and he paid like 45. He paid above what he should have been paying, and paid 38 million.
Yeah.
Get it off the air.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking. Trump paid more than his share of taxes. So, the tax. You know, if the Democrats cried this hard to see Barack Obama's real birth certificate, maybe a lot of this wouldn't have been here.
Right. Because you'd have found out what we already know.
You'd have found out what the real truth is.
Remember the lady, the health lady from Hawaii that's on the plane? The plane lands.
Fuddy.
Rough turbulence on landing or something.
Fuddy.
Hits her head. Fuddy, something. Hits her head or bounced around a little too much and died. Everyone else on board, no problem.
8 people on the plane survived. She's the only one
directly
who died.
tied to this birth certificate.
Yeah. Lorena Fuddy.
Maybe that's not
Lorena Huddy.
I'm thinking of the other Lorraine, or what was the lady from the IRS scandal?
Oh, Lois Lerner.
Lois Lerner. Oh, which reminds me, there's maybe some charges coming to her.
Good.
I read recently.
Yeah.
Nail them, please.
Start. You got to start. That's what we were talking about before lunch. You know, I'm tired of having all these investigations just wind up in a hole someplace and nothing ever happens. You want to drain the swamp? You got to start with these people that are in power, and you got to start going after each one. And not only do you have to go after them, but you got to have concrete proof. They've got to be convicted.
And you have to.
They've got to go to prison, and you've got to nail them. And when you start doing that, maybe that's why.
Like make an example. They like to make an example out of a patriot who tries to stand up and.
Maybe
you
got to make an example of these people. You've got to do it. Maybe that's the reason why they're talking impeachment. They want him out of there before he starts really doing any of this stuff. Sessions needs to go after him. He needs to prosecute him.
Well, like Trump said, he said, look, if Sessions they want to do anything regarding Hillary, that's up to them. I'm not going to stop them. I just hope that's not the same thing as what Loretta Lynch did. Well, if the FBI says, that they don't want to press charges, then we won't. But if they do, then we will. Yeah. Knowing damn well they're not going to. Yeah. I hope that's not what that is, knowing that Sessions isn't going to do anything, so that's why Trump said it. But Sessions seemed like the kind of guy that
don't take no crap.
wasn't gonna play around with that and go after him. Kind of like Trey Gowdy. I wish he was Sessions, to be honest with you, in that position. Yeah. Because boy,
Trey Gowdy's
awesome. He'd have been found dead. I'm sorry, I must say he'd have been found dead by now. He fell off his bike and died or something.
Yeah. Gowdy's
shot himself 14 times with a nail gun in the head.
Yeah.
One of those, that old chestnut.
Shot himself in the back of the head. Suicide.
Yeah. With the shotgun. Yeah, he could reach all the
shotgun. Yeah.
26-inch barrel, no problem.
Yeah, that probably what would have happened. But Gowdy would have gone after him for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Let's drain the swamp. We're gonna drain the swamp. Let's do it.
Today's what, the 8th, right? 8th, I think. 9, 10, 11th, May 11th. The guy we were talking about last Friday, the chart guy, Judea. It's his time frame, so can't wait to see if we got something in store or not.
I heard the last thing is North Korea is somehow gonna send up some satellites in space, and
I thought they already had a couple.
Yeah, and they're supposedly they can fire off EMPs at us.
I thought I heard that in that a week or so ago they were already over the U.S. and.
Let me tell you.
You're not going to do.
These little fuckers can't fire a bomb without it blowing up 10 feet when it gets off the ground.
It's not going to happen. Unless,
how many missiles have
unless we need it to happen. Remember that old story?
Yeah.
That goddamn ship has to sink.
True.
Yes, sir. Turn those planes around. Yes, sir. Remains to be seen. I hope Trump doesn't fall for any of that. I certainly hope he doesn't approve of it if he does know about it.
The problem is that I think that Trump's agenda is Trump's agenda. He's trying to pass that on to other people, but I think other people, like Paul Ryan, have their own agenda. They're going to try and push their agenda through, and either try and push it through under Trump's nose so he doesn't know about it, or something. I just hope Trump's agenda is his agenda. He's sending McMaster down to Venezuela.
Yeah.
I hope he's saying what Trump is saying and not saying what he wants himself to say.
Right, for the club or whatever. Yep. Yeah, he's down there. I don't know if he's down there right this second or just was there a few days ago, whatever it was. He was sat down there talking
you'll know.
The opposition party.
You'll know because when he comes back, if this guy suddenly resigns from his post, it's going to be because he's, I wish Ryan would resign his post.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Oh yeah, Rat Ryan. Fitting name. Like you said, he's got his agenda. It's everything he does is about his agenda.
It's about him and the club.
So, speaking of healthcare and stuff, well, I guess we haven't spoken of it, but I'll say it like that anyways. Like I said, last Friday we did. This week, Senate's supposed to do something. But they may be right, the living hell out of it.
Fine.
It's not looking good, you know, as far as passing, but
It doesn't matter. I'm okay with it not passing. You get a lot of people saying, "Oh, Trump needs a victory. This is second black eye." It's not. It's not up to him.
No, he'll have a victory when Obamacare completely crumbles and say, "I told you so."
And it's
Now do
close.
you want to do what I wanted to do? Because now it's going to be worse. Now it's going to cost us more now. Oh, by the way, I couldn't get the tax cuts done because he didn't repeal and replace
This
Obamacare as
isn't
part
Trump.
of it.
This what they call Trump care now.
It's really Ryan care. It's still really Ryan.
It is, but it's not. Trump has nothing to do with this. This is trying to pass. This is the House putting a House bill together, trying to pass a Senate to fix the bill so that they can pass it to go back to the House.
Right.
Then it goes to the president. If the president don't like it, he don't sign it. Then it's a black eye for him. Until then, it's not a black eye for him.
But I think he's going to sign it. I think, all honesty, whatever he's presented with, I'm almost certain he'll sign it because whatever he's presented with, some of that will have to do with the whole tax plan. In order to get those tax reduction in place, corporate taxes, that has to be repealed. So he'll even if the wall's not there and Planned Parenthood's still there, in my opinion, he's going to sign the hell out of it just so he can go on with the bigger agenda, the bigger things, bigger fish he wants to fry. Yeah, and he'll be labeled, "Oh, he didn't get his wall, he didn't get."
Yeah, but you know what? I see Trump doing what
He's
I
one
didn't
man.
want Obama to do, which is single payer.
Right.
It's gonna be single payer. It's gonna be, you know, I don't see anywhere where we can still compete across state lines. Don't see it anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not there yet. That should have been implemented on day one. Any provider, you can go to any state you want and sell. Why, if that's the case, haven't I received a dozen calls from people trying to sell me stuff?
Exactly.
That should have been done on day one. I think Trump thinks that. I mean, you should just look at the VA to know the government can't run healthcare. But I think Trump really believes that it's going to be the government, single payer. This is where it is, and we're going to take care of you, and we're going to make sure everything's okay. What was it? Reagan said the worst 8 words you never want to hear is, "I'm from the government, I'm here to help."
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I feel in that situation. You know?
Or no, maybe Ron Paul. Was it Reagan too?
I don't know if it was
Paul
Reagan
said
or
it.
Ron. Somebody
Yeah,
said it.
one of them said it. I think it was Ron Paul.
The 8 scariest words you're going to hear.
I think it was Ron Paul. So, all right, well, ladies and gentlemen, time to get back to work.
Time to get back to the grind.
Yep. See you.